Well, I see we're here once again with one last grand hurrah on this issue. Now, I know I already talked about this in my updated channel trailer, but to recap, lately I've been accused of being a pedophile after doing some stupid edgy shit I regret doing. But to give you guys the main points on where this accusation really sparked, it all starts back at 2018. I was in a Facebook group chat with a bunch of other people who I deemed to be friends in the community, at the time, and we were all having a good time making a bunch of edgy jokes, going back and forth, sharing a bunch of NSFW pictures, no harm done. And during that chat, I actually shared this video in what I thought was a private chat among people I could actually trust to keep a secret. I swear if I could turn back time, I would stop myself from ever making this abomination. It also didn't help that at the time I was interested in the Loud House, but nowadays I don't really care for that show too much. And on top of that, I actually did some NSFW drawings of the Loud House that I'm not showing you. Number one, because it will be humiliating as all fuck, and two, because it would violate YouTube's community guidelines. And if you haven't seen them, then you're lucky, because I absolutely regret making those pictures and that video, and I vowed to never do anything like that ever again. But of course, the other people in the chat, being the angel in disguise edgelords they are, decided to use those pieces of media against me to try and burn my reputation to the ground, and it's definitely been haunting me a lot lately. Even people who I was friends with started turning their backs on me. Almost every other day of the week, it was, Gemmygod's a pedophile, Gemmygod's a pedophile, 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 pedophile. It drove me insane. And in hopes of getting this accusation to stop and clear things up once and for all, on July 18th, 2022, I did a live stream called We Need to Talk, where I expressed how much I not only regret making those videos and pictures, but being a part of the group chat in general, pretty much any of them on Facebook. And surprisingly, and thankfully, there are people who actually understood where I was coming from and actually forgave me for my actions. And it seems like the issue was finally going to get put to rest. Well, it didn't get put to rest completely, but it did get put to rest with most of my closest friends, so there's that. But the accusation was still going on behind the scenes. Even people in the community who I suspected to be edgelords from the start were not at all hesitant to jump on the Gemmygod pedophilia accusation bandwagon. Yeah, there are people in the community who were still accusing me even after I confessed and apologized for my actions. And at this point, there's really only two options as to why that would be the case. They either didn't see the live stream, or they did and they decided to still accuse me anyway because they legitimately hate my guts. And you know what? I think it might actually be the latter option. Because at this point, if you can't put two and two together and finally realize that I was making a bad edgy joke that I regret doing a few years back, I'm sorry to say, but you're a lost cause. Because it's obvious that I actually did apologize for that accusation and showed how much I did regret it. So to all you edgelords out there who are still using this accusation against me out of spite, this is my ultimatum. It's okay to not like me. It's also okay to criticize my actions. But if you have this much disrespect for someone who actually has a life outside of collecting animatronics and novelties, such as a job, paying rent, and having other passionate hobbies outside of being a collector, you are the one with the problem, and by all means, you really need to seek help. I said this once, and I'll keep saying it until it gets through your thick skulls. I would never, in a million years, touch a child in any explicit way whatsoever. I wouldn't even touch a single child if my life depended on it. As a matter of fact, I'd rather shoot myself than anything else. The issue has gotten so bad that I even got comments on my videos telling me not to touch children. So at this point, I basically had to blacklist any words relating to children or pedophilia in any way whatsoever just to get the accusations off my back. That's right, Gemmygod comments are now a pedophilia-free zone. Sure, there's no doubt about it, there's a bunch of young children watching my videos specifically, and that's nothing I can help or fix. But just know this, you won't see me ever try to engage them in any sexual activity. That is nuts, and it certainly will not be tolerated here. So the next time someone comes up to you and tells you to watch out for me and calls me a pedophile, show them this video. Tell them I'm not a pedophile and that I regret starting that accusation in the first place. And if they still think I'm a pedophile regardless, then unsubscribe from them and don't ever come back to them until they've changed their ways. Sorry for the frustration, I just really needed to get this off my chest. Now I hope you all have a much clearer understanding of the situation, and I hope to never have to get this serious ever again.